In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can get a job in the UK as a mortgage broker. Getting a job as a mortgage broker is going to be tough, because I do believe that if you want to become a mortgage broker, you should try and start off as an employee, because that's going to give you the coaching, the support, the guidance and the mentorship. There's many companies in the UK at the present time that are giving you the opportunity to become self-employed. Now, if you've never done a job before, could you go self-employed straight away and expect to be successful at it? If you're going to go self-employed, you need to make sure that you've got good mentorship. You need to make sure that you've got consistent mentorship, and you understand that you're going to be getting it on a daily basis. Systems, processes, advice, regulation, support, using the tools that are available to you in order to be able to give the best advice. This job is difficult, especially in the current mortgage climate that we are in. And even since, even in just the last few years, it's got even harder. When I joined the industry back in 2003, in some instances, you didn't even need bank statements and pay slips to help somebody get a mortgage. Now you need everything and the kitchen sink and the inside leg measurement. It's really, really difficult. And I think if you underestimate how hard it is to gain competency in all the different areas, to connect all the different dots and to put the puzzle together, then you're going to risk failure. Could you, and think about this logically actually, could you become a self-employed bricklayer without having the support daily of how to mix the cement, how to lay the bricks, how to make it stand up? Of course you couldn't. You would need someone showing you that day in, day out. It's why in most trades you start off as an apprentice and you work through gaining your competency. The difficulty is, in this industry, there's companies out there that will allow you to be self-employed straight from the dot. But if you want to make sure that you're successful, you're going to need somebody in the office with you every single day, having conversations, making sure that they're listening to your conversations and providing feedback. It's not as simple as just filling out a form, doing quotations. You need to understand, you've got hundreds of lenders that are out there. You've got first-time buyers, moving home, remortgaging. You've got all the different property investment strategies, buy-to-let, HMO, commercial, bridging, development. I'm on 8 already, expats, self-employed, limited company directors, sole traders. I can go on and on and on. So that's almost 12 that I've just named off there. The problem then is you need to take into account the income, the debts, the credit report, the previous credit history, the deposit that they have, i.e. the loan to value, the loan versus the value of the property, whether they're a first-time buyer. There's so many different components that how can you understand all these different things trying to learn it yourself? If I gave you all of the elements to make cement, would you get the right ratios? If I gave you all the elements and just said, hey, here you go, I'll come and check the brick wall that you've made at the end of the day and leave you to do it by yourself and make sure that's okay, it wouldn't work. You need hand holding. And anyone who estimates being able to get a self-employed job, the support and guidance that you're going to need, you would be a fool to not start this career employed. I joined it in 2003. I was with a bank, I was with a estate agent, I was in a large brokerage in London, I was with a brokerage in Essex, before I joined a brand new brokerage, which I became sales and compliance manager and built to £100,000 a month with 2 other people in the business before I left to then go self-employed. I had a vast range of experience before I was able to feel confident enough in doing it. And the difficulty is, if you don't have the competency in being able to do the job, and then you chuck in lead generation, marketing, trying to find clients to sell to, or prospects and leads to sell to in order to be able to turn them into clients. It's too many hats, it's too many pieces of the puzzle. I coach and mentor hundreds of mortgage advisors on how to be more efficient, how to have more success, how to build a more profitable and sustainable business, how to go from being a technician and a mortgage broker day to day to building a business and removing themselves from the operations, much like I have done in my own brokerage. You know, we're in double figures in terms of our team, and I haven't given advice for a long period of time. I do it occasionally for family and friends, just to keep my finger in the pie to make sure that I'm, you know, just sharpening the axe. I don't need to do it all day, every day, because once I've done one mortgage, it just reminds me of the whole entire process. Much like if you don't ride a bike for a year, you don't forget, you're a bit wobbly to start with, but you're fine after a couple of moments. It's exactly the same with the level of experience. So if you want to find a job, I would recommend finding somewhere where you can be employed. I would even consider starting as an administrator and working your way up. Now, I don't care if you are high up in the career that you are in. Mortgage brokering in today's day and age is like no other job or industry that you are in. There are companies out there who will teach you and train you and promise that you will have the mentorship. But I can tell you now, I've got over 1,500 brokers in my communities, and more often than not, the training and the support and the guidance is promised, but not delivered. So you need to make sure that you get that, because it's going to risk your failure. It's going to risk your success. It's going to risk your ability to earn an income to provide for your family. Now, I don't say this to scare you or put you off. This is a fantastic career, but it is not as simple as just getting your qualifications, which teach you nothing about how to do the job, and then expecting that you're going to be able to learn all these different components without mentoring, coaching, teaching, training, and support. I do not mentor advisors anymore on how to become competent and how to do the job. When I've done it in the past, it takes 12 months. It takes a hell of a lot of time invested, making sure that they've done the fact find correctly, that they've not missed any boxes, that they've gained all the SOP facts and able to provide the right advice for the mortgage, the right advice for the insurance. It means that that fact find has to be checked. The client, they've then got to be shown how to do research, how to use the sourcing tools, how to find the most suitable lender, when to call the lender, which business development managers to speak to. The criteria of every lender is different. You could apply to 10 different lenders and they'll give you a different amount that the same client can borrow. Experience is what makes you better. Going from trainee to competent should take you at least 12 months because you need multiple different case studies in order to be able to become competent. If all you do is first-time buyers, that's absolutely fine. It's a great place to start because it makes things simpler. If you're constantly trying to fish in a pond where you've got multiple different strategies, you're going to risk success because you only get better by continually doing the same thing over and over again. And that's where, in order to be able to fast-track your success in this business, you need to start off as an employee. You need to gain experience from banking, estate agency, brokerage, somewhere where you're in the office and you have someone in the office with you daily in order to be able to help you get the success that you seek. And then once you feel competent and you've dealt with first-time buyers, remortgages, buy-to-lets, some investment strategies, then you're able to go out on your own because you will have a much slicker process that won't take you as long. You won't be spending an hour on every single fact find. You'll then be able to save that time and invest some of that time into marketing and lead generation and business support. I've worked with many advisors who have gone from being employed and joined my coaching and mentoring as their first day one of being self-employed because they want the fast track to generating leads, to improving their process within their own business, to doubling their sales. And it's just about making sure that if your foundations aren't strong, if you haven't invested and had the time invested with you from a mentor on just doing the job as an employee, you're risking failure. So my advice to you as a final summary is to hit up every brokerage, every bank, every estate agent in your local area and find somewhere where they can employ you and mentor you and coach you for 12 months. There are companies out there who will do that and take you from trainee. You just need to work hard in order to be able to find them. But you need to make sure that you've got a dedicated training program to take you through to being competent as fast as possible. Make sure that you check out my other video, how to become a competent advisor in the shortest possible time. We've spoken to you there about how I did it and how I believe you should do it too, how everybody should start out to make sure that they get success. Subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment below, because I can do more videos to help you on your journey to becoming a competent mortgage and protection advisor. Thanks for tuning in.